Shabbat Shalom.
Page 10 in your prayer books. Ma yafeh hayom. What a beautiful day it is. A day of community, a day of rest, a day of friendship. Ma yafeh. Sing with us. Ma yafeh hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma yafeh hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma yafeh hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma yafeh hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma yafeh hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. And welcome. So we're not done yet. That means with our program year. School is still in session, but we have wonderful things that we are still looking forward to celebrate on this Shabbat and in the upcoming weeks. We are celebrating tonight our adult B'nai Mitzvah who will come to the Torah tomorrow morning. We are celebrating and welcoming back members of the Temple Beth Am buses who traveled for the mega mission to Israel for Israel's 75th anniversary. We are welcoming somebody into the Jewish people. There is a lot of wonderful things happening, and we are thrilled that you are here to pray with us, to feel this essence of Shabbat, to sign the petition for the ballot for reproductive rights, and we're going to hear a little bit more of that, and to be here together on Shabbat, singing and praying and experiencing what it feels like to stop the week and be here together as Jews. We are continuing as we invite the members of our adult B'nai Mitzvah class and their families for the candles and Kiddush. So Julian and Deanna, okay, and Billy. And Darian, right? Okay.
And for me, this ritual of lighting the candles is a chance really to pause and to take stock of the week we've had and to look forward to the restful Shabbat ahead, to set an intention for the 24 hours of peace, of love, of community and family. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של שבת. All these microphones.
Kiddush, page 5.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch
אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם,
אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו, ושבת קודשו ואהבת ורצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תהילה למיטי קודש, זהר לישרת מזרעים, כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך ואהבת ורצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
L'chaim. You all passed. You can come back tomorrow morning.
Am I awake? Oh, those kids know if they come back.
We continue welcoming Shabbat with the singing of Lachado D, page 20.
Lecha lecha dodi lika lika kala pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi lika lika kala pene pene Shabbat nekabela. La 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 la. Lecha dodi lika lika kala pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi lika lika kala pene pene Shabbat nekabela. שמור וזכור בריבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני יקר ושמו אחד, לשמו תפארת ולהיטילה, לה 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 לה, לך דודי נקרא נקרא קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה, לך לך דודי נקרא נקרא קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שתדברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נקרא, לה 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 לה, לך דודי נקרא נקרא קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה, לך לך דודי נקרא נקרא קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה.
Face the door to greet the Shabbat bride.
בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה וצונה, תוך אמונה סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לה 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 לה, לך דודי, נקרא נקרא קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך לך דודי, נקרא נקרא קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. לה 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 לה, לך דודי, נקרא נקרא קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. לך לך דודי, נקרא נקרא קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. We are going to transition to Am I Awake, but I want to invite forward anyone in our religious school or our day school, or someone maybe who was confirmed earlier this year. Anyone who wants to come up.
I
Come
saw-
on up, Evan.
I saw 2 young people who are confirmed
And right
just
here
a few weeks
in the
ago.
front row, please, to lead us in the hand motions for Am I Awake. Come on up. Come on up. Right here, right here. No, no, no. We have to see you. Come right here. Come on, guys.
I see some. Do we have to call you? Okay. We invite you. You don't have to.
don't have to come.
But if Seth and Natalie would come up, that would be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
Come on, Seth, Natalie. You just had a confirmation Come on.
So here they come.
You don't even know the motion, just to sing. Good.
So earlier this evening, as they're coming up, we had 20 of the 43 families who will be going with me to Naples next weekend for Fam Jam, all gathering together. And a few of these kids were there, and they're going to be singing this song next weekend. And what a beautiful, look at this beautiful group we have up here. You ready? Am I Awake? Song sheet. Ready? Here we go. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening? Can you hear my voice?
Understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Barechu et Adonai Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Le'olam va'ed. Le'olam va'ed. Am I awake? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening?
Understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared?
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Isn't it amazing, our religious school and day school students?
Thank you. We're going to stay standing because we are going to open the ark. Thank you, our young people and our teenagers who come up with a smile anytime I ask them to. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Seth. We do appreciate. I may be joking, but we really do appreciate you willing to come up here and lead and sing. Oh, I see somebody I missed. Okay, maybe next time. We're staying standing because I'm inviting Bill Pearl. Where'd you go? Bill to the bima. And we're going to open the ark and hand Bill the Torah. So did you notice that when we say the hand motions, we say, do you hear my prayer? And it's like we're opening a prayer book and we're davening. That's our sign for prayer. And it's such a great time then to talk about prayer and welcome Bill into the family of the Jewish people. Bill has been living a life with a Jewish family, his Jewish family, for 25 years or so. And he has decided to, after really being in Israel last year, to really felt a part of who we are, and raising with Steve his Jewish children to say, I want to take the next step, that it's meaningful. So we're going to, before the Shema, acknowledge Bill's dedication and his commitment as we hand him the Torah for the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Bill, I'm so glad we're doing this on the night before the adult B'nai Mitzvah. just planting the seeds.
Ah.
You may be seated as we continue with chanting of V'ahavta. We are on
We need our
page
adult B'nai Mitzvah students.
36. Julian, Deanna.
Page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצוותך היום על לבביך ונשינתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשיטתך ביתך ולכתך בדרך ושלחתך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטפטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על משושות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Adonai Elohechem Emet.
With all our heart, with all our mind, we will love God. And I'm going to now invite Bill Pearl to share some of his words that brought him to this most joyous day of mikvah this morning, and then Beit Din, and then the blessings of becoming a Jew by choice, a Ger Tzedek. And Bill, your turn.
So I wrote them down, so I'd... Oh. Good? Okay. As Rabbi Kleppy said, I've been with Steve, my Jewish husband, for 25 years, and I'm raising 2 Jewish children, Jared and Seth. However, I didn't see the purpose of converting to Judaism until last summer. We went to Israel for almost a month. Experiencing Israel helped me understand the power of the Jewish community. Although my values already align with Judaism and I'm part of a Jewish household, I need to be a Jew to fully participate in the spiritual community. I want to ensure that Judaism continues on through my family. I want to be an example for my sons and their families. I cannot do that without being a Jew myself. I'm looking forward to returning to Israel again next month, this time as a Jew.
Yep, you're all done. I could just sit in the pew like a regular Jew. But we may expect some more from you. Mazel tov. See that it's interesting that we're going to hear about the power of visiting Israel, about the power of being part of the Jewish people twice this evening with Bill's words about embracing Judaism the way he did, as a family member, and now as somebody who really made Israel a part of who they were. So thank you, Bill. We continue now, page 40, as we join in Micha Mocha.
Micha
kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh.
Pick apart.
Nora tehilot oseh, Nora tehilot oseh, Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed, malchutecha rovanecha bokeh hayam lifnei Moshe uMiriam, ze Elianu ve'yamru, ze Elianu ve'yamru, Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed.
Mi chamocha.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot oseh, Nora tehilot oseh, Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. ונאמר כבוד אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
In a moment, we're going to be singing this version of Hashkivenu, which is on your song sheet. So you can find the words both on 42 and on your song sheet. Last night, I had the incredible privilege of doing the final rehearsal with our adult B'nai Mitzvah students. And so this song, this version of Hashkivenu, we decided to sing tonight in their honor because there is such curiosity, imagination, love for the Jewish people, a real thirst for knowledge in this group. And it's been such an honor for all of us to study with you and to now have you as the next leaders in our Jewish community. Thank you.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkivenu leshalom, ve'amidenu shomreinu lechayim, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Hashkivenu, Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkivenu leshalom, Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkivenu leshalom. Let there be love and understanding
We continue now with the tefillah on page 46. Please rise.
God, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you, Adonai. Sevatai tiftai, ufi agi, tehilatecha, Adonai. Sevatai tiftai, ufi agi, tehilatecha. That my mouth may declare your praise. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Adonai, Sefatai Tifta, Sefatai Tifta, Ufi Agi. Sevatai tifta, ufi agid, tehilatecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim Vekoneh Hakol Vezocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem Leman Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechaye HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia Morid Hatal Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Verofeh Cholim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot Umido Melech Melech Meimid Umekayem Umatmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman atah lehachayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mechaye hakol Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh U'kdoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha selah Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
We continue silently in either Hebrew or English from page 54 to page 62.
page 356. In a moment, we will hear some reflections on the recent trip to Israel. And so, in appreciation and in anticipation of that, of the reunion we have tonight, I want to just share this prayer of peace, Yerushalayim Shel Zahav.
אווירים צלול כיין וריח אורנים נישא ברוח הרבים עם כה פעמונים ובתרדמתי לבן שבוי ובמחלוקת העיר שבדד יושבת ובליבה חומה ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור חזרנו אל בורות המים לשוק ולכיכר שופר קוראת בבית בעיר העתיקה ובמרות אשר בסלע אלפי שמשות זורחות ושוב נרד אל ים המלך בדרך יריחו ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור
It's great to see so many of you here who were on the mega mission to Israel just a few weeks ago. If you've never been on a mega mission to Israel with the Federation, it's a truly unique experience. So you really get to spend it's almost like two trips. The first trip is what you do during the day, and you get to spend the day doing incredible things in Israel with your Beth Am family. And we had 2 buses, and then we had Beth Am members who were on some other buses as well. Pretty sure that Beth Am had the most participants of any synagogue in the world on this Federation mission. It's not that I'm counting. I don't pay attention to the numbers. It's just, but we had a remarkable participation. And so we were able, as a group, to spend the day together. And we did some incredible things. You know, Memorial Day this past weekend, I was thinking about it in comparison to Yom HaZikaron, which we commemorated during the trip to Israel. And our guide for the day, and this I've never really seen. I've been to Israel a lot. I've been to a lot of the Yom HaZikarons, but I never really saw this. Our guide for the whole day was morose. He was teary. He was weepy. You couldn't joke around with him. On this day only, he was really serious. Now, I don't know who he lost, which one of his friends or relatives he lost, but Clearly, it was someone. This past weekend, Memorial Day, it wasn't the same experience. As I was walking around, I was actually in Orlando with my son at a basketball tournament, but you wouldn't have even noticed that it was Memorial Day. And I'm not saying Americans don't care about Memorial Day, they do. It hits my brother hard every year because my brother lost his college roommate in Iraq. And so it hit our family hard, but it's not the same. Our bus, at least one of our buses, when the siren sounded at 10 a.m. in the morning, our bus pulled over to the side of the road, and we got out. And so did all the other cars to listen to the siren, and we held up an Israeli flag, and it was truly powerful. These are the kind of experiences you can have on the mission. That's the day. The night transforms into something completely different. The night is called mega. And what mega means is where you get together with all the buses, 800 some people, and the definition of mega is a buffet of parve food for 800 Jews. That's mega. And so you get that every night too, which is really very special. Spending this time with our group is something that you really remember forever. There are different vignettes that stick out in my mind. I got a picture of our past president, Lily Serviansky, standing next to Naftali Bennett, explaining to him, the former finance minister and prime minister of Israel, Lily was explaining to him how to really raise money. Yeah, right. I think that's what they're saying. I couldn't hear it exactly, but I got a great picture. It was such an incredible experience that we wanted to share a little bit of reflection with you all tonight, in your words rather than in our words. So it is a great honor now to invite a past president of Temple Beth Am, Stuart Ratson, along with Mickey. Mickey, are you coming as well? I think she is, to share some of their thoughts on the trip as well.
First of all, Shabbat Shalom. And we just debated who should go first, and I decided I'll go first, and she'll clean up because she always fixes whatever I break. Speaking of things I break, who was here last for the annual meeting? If you're here for the annual meeting, I promise you, I'm not going to sing right now. That's a very, very elusive thing to see, and I will only do that very, very rarely. And so you're spared. I'm not going to sing tonight. But I am going to talk about our experience in the great state of Israel and our going on this mission. It was our Mickey and my second time going on a mission. This time, we had the great honor of being designated by the Greater Miami Federation in response to a request from our past president, but Emerita President Lily Serviansky and David, to share with them the honor and responsibility of being bus captains. So this is a Beth Am bus reunion. Stand up, please, if you were in Israel on our mission on any bus. So thank you. So you know that if you weren't on bus 4, you know that you were not on the best bus, but you were on a good bus. And everyone thinks their bus is the best. But let me just briefly talk about what we did there. We were, I think, over 800 Jews from Miami, with some Gentiles, by the way. But we were 800 strong from the city of Miami, representing our community. And I guess that was 20 plus buses. And we went all over the country. We saw all kinds of things. Mega, we went to the most incredible, most extravagant party I think I'll ever be at in my entire life, in the desert near Masada. We went ATVing in the Judean desert. We went to Magen David Adam's new blood bank, which is a very complex thing because of how much security Israel needs to protect its blood supply, not just in peacetime, but in war. We saw a Moshav, only meters from the Gaza Strip and the border of Gaza, building a peace wall full of love and light. We went to a distillery where they make spirits from water. That water is drawn from air. Literally, they pull water from air, not from the sea, not from the lake, not from the river, but from the air to make their spirits. We did so many things. We heard from ambassadors. We heard from Naftali Bennett. We met with them in a large room, but we met with them and heard from them of their perspective on the state of Israel. But more importantly, we connected with each other. We connected with our buses. We connected with our community from Miami, our Jewish community from Miami. We connected with Israel, the land of Israel and her people. And we connected with the Greater Miami Jewish Federation's mission of helping to provide benefit and in the form of love and resources and money to the state of Israel and to our Jewish community. We learned about the importance of this incredible community, Greater Miami Jewish Federation, and what it does for our people. So that was magical. For some of us, it was our first time in Israel, and we connected to ourselves, to our identity, to our peoplehood, and to something spiritual. For others, like me, it was my 7th or 8th time to the state of Israel. But every single time that I go, it's a life-changing experience. And a brief mention about that. What changed this time for me? This time, I think we got up close and personal, at least I did, with what is so vibrant about the current modern state of Israel. The startup nation, the cranes everywhere, the building, the incredible progress, the commitment, steadfast and undying to the existence of the state of Israel and the people of Israel. And while we saw the differences and we saw the political dissension between ultra-Orthodox and what they refer to as secular, which are probably more religious and traditional than even we are, but the secular and Orthodox fight over the identity and the meaning of what it is to be a state of Israel is also proof of the steadfast commitment that the people have, the vibrant democracy and undying love that they have for the country, for its existence, and for our people. And so I think if this one was a life-changing experience for me, I came back realizing in my heart and in my kishkas the permanency of that place for me in my life over the course of my entire life. The permanency of the Jewish people and the permanency of our connection to Israel, the principle of it and the place of it, the continuity of it, and the purpose, above all, the purpose of the people of the state of Israel and of Judea's Jewish people worldwide, to do something meaningful, to have purpose, and to make a difference. And so, if you haven't yet been on a mission, I highly recommend it. And the last thing, by the way, that we did was help raise a whole bunch of money for the Greater Miami Jewish Federation to continue its mission and its purpose. So with that, I'm going to turn this over to Mickey. And thank you very much for hearing me.
So a great judge, once told me when I was first starting to practice law that the hardest thing to know is not when to talk, but when not to talk. I'm not going to follow that. That was amazing, honey. I really just want to say, Bill, I was really moved by what you said, and having us all just come back from Israel, I felt your emotion, and I think that a lot of the people in this room felt it as well. I just really want to say congratulations, Mazal Tov. And I wake up every morning. The rabbi said it's a couple of weeks. I feel like it's been forever since we were there. And my eyes miss the sights, my ears miss the sound, my mouth waters for the food, but most importantly, my heart aches for the friends and the family that we made while we were there, and for those that we left there when we left. And so a shout out to Itzik for Bus 4, sent us all a lovely message this morning to say Shabbat Shalom, and what a connection we made, and I miss all of you. I would just say that we are now friends who are family, we are community who are family, and we are, of course, family to our family. So thank you. Can't wait to see you guys all afterwards, and we'll chat.
You guys are still together?
The rabbi told me I was supposed to tell you the best thing about the trip was the rabbinical core that we had with us. He owes me a 20 spot.
Perfect. You could have weaved it in, but that's fine. Great job. Great job.
Planning all those meals for 800 people, I can't help but see Abby Feinberg and Alexa Paul in the back, who I know worked hard to make that happen. Thank you for all you do, and what a treat that you are leaders at Federation and members of our family. For those of you who didn't go to Israel, don't worry. I'm going next Friday. You didn't sign up for that, that's also okay. Every year you have an opportunity, at least one, probably multiple, to travel with Beth Am to Israel, either a Beth Am trip, a Federation trip, as we partner with Federation every other year. There are teen trips, high school trips. If you want to go to Israel and you haven't been, please reach out to us. We heard about how Israel can nurture the soul, how it can wake up a spiritual side that you didn't know you had. And we are turning in our prayers now to those who are in need of healing. And I can't help but think of how this wall right here is inspired by the Western Wall in Jerusalem. And you can see that there's no caulking between, that you can come and put your prayers in. You can come when you need to and come and pray here. Maybe not quite the same feeling as when you are at this ancient place that our people turn toward, that we still pray towards, that we face, that we feel God's presence in a way that is just amazing. But hopefully coming here can also be a place of transcendence and a place of healing. So if you have the name of someone that you are praying for who needs a prayer for healing of body or spirit, I invite you to share their names. Yes.
Cindy M. and Roni Rubin and her family.
On your song sheet.
God grant me the serenity to accept the things
שכינה לימודנו, היא תמצא מזור לסובלים, רפואת הנפש והגוף, רפואה שלמה. אל נא רפאנה לה, אל נא רפאנה לה, אל נא רפאנה לה, אל נא רפאנה לה.
I'd like to invite our B'nai Mitzvah students. Elizabeth, come on up here. She had a client that went late. Elizabeth, Julian, Indiana, please come up and help us open the Ark for the Aleinu. We're on page 282. Please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה יוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
We can be seated. So I didn't get to go on this mega mission, but I got to go on the last one. And right before we went to the wall, I shared a story from Rabbi Naomi Levy, who we actually brought here as a scholar in residence. And she talked about how when she was growing up, she always went to services. She walked to shul every week with her dad and had this really close relationship with dad and with God. And when her father was in a horrible accident and died, she lost her faith. And she couldn't bear going to services anymore. And she had no real relationship with her Judaism, but got to go on one of these free teen trips to Israel and went to the wall. And she said she went up to the wall and it smelled like her dad. But not just like her dad, but like his armpit. And she said she buried her head against the wall and cried. It's amazing what reminds us of the people that we love and how losing someone can make us question our faith, and how remembering someone can maybe give us faith. It is our tradition at Beth Am that when we say the name of the people who we are saying Kaddish for, that we rise and stay standing so we can recognize you as a mourner and you as someone who has lost someone. We're sending our condolences this evening to Cantor, Ronit, Reuben, and the entire family of Melissa Reuben. We say Kaddish tonight for Jennifer Gross, for David Gerswolf, for Howard Greiner, and for Sally Tenzer. We are in our first 30 days of mourning for Dr. Ronald B. Hines, Phoebe Golkin, Frida Eisenberg, Arnold Arnie Levitt, Tanya Stern, and Gary Spencer. We're in the first year of mourning for Judy Agron, Lillian Berman, Hyusia Perelman Bernstein, Charlotte Glovsky Brody, Arthur Farkas, Florence Farkas, Rosalie Ferris, Linda Frankel, Mitchell Mitch Friedman, Jocelyn Garoff, Judith Gilbert Gould, Andrew Gross, Dr. Martin Glazer, Dr. Henry Irwin Glick, Rivka Ricky Blattner Goldman, Joseph Harvest, Rosa Henigman, Dr. Jeffrey Hertz, Evan Higgins, Ruth Lashaw, Janice Levy, Phyllis Lieberman, Lawrence Larry Palker, Eric Polk, Karen Michelle Salmon, Susan D. Score, Bela Malka, Marcia Weinstein, Harriet Zuller. And at this time of year, we commemorate the anniversary of the loss of Dorothy D. Adelson, Leon Akuka, Eva Amster, Ida Apollon, Ken Bassler, Carl Barrett, Todd D. Berman, Milton Beslow, Dr. Isaac Beavis, David S. Bitterman, Jean Blair Wolfe, Ethel Bonilla, Sarah Bromberg, Adolph Brown, Peter Casselith, Edwin Seymour Chasen, Ellen Chop, Max Cohen, Edward Cohen, Herman Cohen, Irving Cowan, Sally Vogel Davis, Sydney Degan, Sandra Sandy Eichenbaum Greenberg, Martin Howard File, Eric Stephen Fiddler, Morton Flam, Alex Foreman, Max Foreman, Daniel R. Frank, Joseph S. Carvet, Harriet Gerson, Alfred Ginsberg, Alexander Ginsberg, Benjamin Glass, Mr. Terry Goldberg, Mildred Golub, Bernard Goodman, Alma Gorodetzer, Louis Haber, Louis Sidney Halbrick, Rachel Hyman, Judy Bear Isis, David H. Katz, Frank Kavkowitz, Louis Kafkowitz, Rudolph K., Evelyn M. Koblenz, Eli Korman, George John Kramer, Xenia Lakowitz, Francis Lepoff Bloom, Harry J. Lipman, Dr. Donald Littman, Theodore M. Lowenthal, Maurice Manov, Samuel Margulies, Belle Maslov, Harold Melnick, M.J. Myers, Harry Miller, Lucille Milhauser, Bessie Millman, Morton Moses, Dagmar Oliveira, Richard A. Pallett, Moses S. Pallett, Sandra Pinsau, Enid Pleiner, Dorothy Case Poet, Barbara Pollock Modena, Samuel Rappaport, Alan Raven, Leslie Ringel, Howard Sachs, Milton Safran, John Sandro, Irving Schlossberg, Charles Schmidt, Rose Schmeier, Harold Schwartz, Martha Siegel, Irene Shapiro, Robert M. Shaw, Miriam C. Siegel, Louis Solomon, Nathan Sorkin, Maxim Strach, Jack Trilling, Carrie Lois Trupkin, Ingeborg von Essen, Alfredo Vogel, Ronnie Weingarten, Robert Werner, and Sidney Wolofsky. If there's a name to add to our Kaddish list, I invite you to do so. Yes. Thank you. We rise as one kahal, turning to page 294 for the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, bi'alma divrach chirute v'yamlich malchute, v'chayechon u'v'yomechon, uchaye dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach leolam umei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudasha b'rechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata damiran b'alma v'imru Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav huya aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. May the source of peace and comfort to all who are in mourning and all who are bereaved, and we say, Amen. We can be seated, and I believe I'm inviting Stuart Ratson back up to make our announcements this evening.
Shabbat Shalom again. I'm back. So I get an honorarium every time I come up here, so this is a good night. No, seriously, thank you, rabbis, Cantor Koyo, Jessica, Liara, Billy, for a beautiful service. Mazel tov to our adult B'nai Mitzvah. This is great. You'll have a great day tomorrow. Congratulations in every way. Just a few announcements coming up. There's some really cool things on deck. There is Peter Pan, our T-BAM Community Theater on Sunday. There's a 10:30 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. matinee show. If you want, get your tickets. You can reach out to Andrea Kay. They're online. You get on the Beth Am website and click around. You'll find that. But again, Peter Pan, Temple Beth Am or T-BAM Community Theater at the Hub. If you haven't been to the Hub yet, it's spectacular in there, 10:30 and 2:30 p.m. Also, Rabbi Barris is leading a discussion, Remembering the Holocaust in a World Without Survivors. What will it be like as we lose our survivors, those who bear immediate firsthand witness to what happened? So this seems like an intriguing conversation. Some reflections on my trip to Poland from Rabbi Barris. So that'll be very exciting and interesting to learn about. Also, we have Torah study tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., a minyan service at 10:30 a.m., and there is coming up on Saturday, June 10th at 8 p.m., also in the Hub, an evening with Ellery Ward. She's bringing the music of Stephen Sondheim. It sounds like and looks like a very exciting and interesting musical theater performance by her. One more thing to note, outside tonight, outside the sanctuary, there is a table and there are forms to fill out to help put on the ballot in Florida a constitutional amendment that would provide reproductive freedom, the freedom of choice, as a constitutional amendment in the state of Florida. And so if you believe, like I do, that reproductive freedom, reproductive rights, the woman's right to make choices about her own reproductive future and her life should be a constitutionally protected right, then you can sign up right here. I did before you came in. All you need to do is give your date of birth and make sure you know your name as it is printed on your voter's registration card. And with that, again, Shabbat Shalom. Have a great weekend, everybody. Good to see you.
Adult B'nai Mitzvah students, come on up. Now that Elizabeth is here, we need to hear, she also has a beautiful voice. Come on up. They're going to be singing the song tomorrow, this version of Oseh Shalom. So we made a change, and we're inviting them up to sing. Come on up, Elizabeth. Into this mic.
Ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru.
Can you get the lyrics? Shabbat Shalom.